Alright, what's up? In this video, we're going to talk about what you should do right now if you want to be a firefighter. Hello, Ellie. My dog is down here. I promise she exists. So, you want to be a firefighter, do you? Can you do it? Can you grow the mustache? Well, I'm here to tell you that you can do it, and it's not that hard. As with anything, if you want something really hard, you got to dedicate yourself to it and go for it. And don't look back. The first thing you should do is go to your local fire department and ask them, how do I become a firefighter? I live in Florida, where the majority of the fire departments here are career fire departments. I actually started out as a volunteer, which isn't really a thing anymore in most places here, but they exist. And it used to be the sole purpose and hiring process for career firefighters. You used to have to start out as a volunteer, and then you would get hired when a spot opened up, and you'd move up the list. Then they moved to part-time, where you would be part-time, and then you would move up the list and get hired when somebody retired or quit or died, if that happened, which is terrible. But, you know, things happen. So that's your first step. Go to your local fire department and ask them how to get hired. Second step is going through EMT school and fire school. EMT school is about 4 months long, and fire school is roughly 5 or 6 months, depending on where you go. All in all, it took me about a year total, but I did it over a span of time. I went to EMT school in 2014, started volunteering as a single cert EMT, which single cert means that there's no fire, for 2 years while working somewhere else. And then in 2018, I went through fire school while working full-time as well. And then I got hired by my first career department in 2019. I started working as a volunteer in 2018 and continued to volunteer there until 2022, when I got hired full-time at the larger department in 2022. This year, I recently promoted to engineer, which I drive the truck and pump the truck and send water to the guys on scene. We can do another video on that if you guys want to know about that. Now, while you're in EMT school, you should probably do EMT school before fire school. You should be working on your fitness. You should be running, lifting, doing CrossFit type workouts and scenarios, because when you go to fire school, you're going to run. We ran 3 times a week, did towers, tire pulls, and a bunch of CrossFit type stuff. You want to get your cardiovascular endurance up before you go to school. The school that I went to has a physical fitness test to get in, where you have to run 1.5 miles and then do flights of stairs, and with a 75-pound vest on, pull a section of hose all the way up to the top floor, and then lower it back down, hit a Kaiser, which is a weight on a sled that you have to bend over and hit with a hammer. Then we had to do a dummy drag, equipment carry, and a blind maze search. The blind maze search is what gets most people, because most people aren't used to being in a claustrophobic environment and not being able to see. But as with anything, it's a game that you got to play that you can't win. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm more than happy to help.